Oh, that does look like something that could have happened. That's Gucci, the fat Gucci.
Yeah, it was like 7:30. I saw this when I opened Twitter. I was laughing so hard.
I don't care what anybody says. I love social media. There we go. It's good. Yeah, I love social media, man. You can't. You know, they're making a new TikTok. There's a Chinese like the some Red Wang or some. Oh, that's it. Red Note. Okay. I'm not doing it. It took me too long to get to TikTok, and then I went viral by taking the Detroit the guy who does like the self-defense stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's got to be fake, right? Like that's a parody, right? Or is he dead serious?
I think he got a job.
I don't want him. I mean, there's a sucker born every day. But anyways, what's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of the Media Group, presented by AlphaClinicOnline.com. AlphaClinicOnline.com is the go-to website for all things human body enhancement. Like, we got to get better. We got to get healthy. We want to live 2025 the best way possible. I know this. I'm going to be leaning on Christina a lot. I'm traveling. I need energy. I'm going to need something. And some of y'all be traveling to the DR and y'all need some penicillin and other different things. So like, this is the perfect person. Actually, not if you're in the DR, they sell all of our expensive drugs are sold in the pharmacy, which is basically the corner store. You go to the corner store, you can go get you some lemon heads, Viagra, Cialis, penicillin. You can get whatever you want from the local drugstore. So like, it's crazy. And it's like all cheap. So like, just so y'all know that our drug companies be getting over on us, man. Not only do they want to keep us sick, they want to keep you broke, but because they sell it so cheap over there. But yeah. So anyways, that's what the big thing is going on for them. I need to make sure I'm good. I need to make sure y'all are good. Because here's the crazy part: if y'all aren't good, y'all can't watch the show. So I need y'all to be good and watch the show. So inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, I'm getting our VD menu up so that we can so that you guys can take your date out here. Let me tell you what this menu is looking like. So if you need something to do in the Jacksonville area, you want to get, dressed up a little bit, you want to step out. Actually, this might be the only lounge where you can dress up or dress down and feel comfortable. Like, I could walk in just like this and feel good, or I could wear a suit and feel good, and I don't feel bad with anybody else because it's just it's grown. But here's what you have the options of: your main meal. You have a New York strip, lamb chops, grilled shrimps, or sauteed chicken breast, broccoli with garlic butter, sauteed spinach or mixed vegetables, red potatoes or mashed potatoes, cheesecake, or something called a chocolate temptation. You get a bottle of wine if you buy a bottle of wine, and the lady gets a rose. $100 per couple, $65 for you people, you losers with no date. And you get a chair, which is the most important thing in any lounge or any club, is you want to be able to sit down when you are a certain age. Like, I've been like this since I was 30. I do still go to clubs every now and then, but like, I'm out of town. Like, when I was and my guy Steve can attest to it, we went to 2 clubs in Vegas during Super Bowl that wasn't part of our thing, our media stuff. Me and my guys, came together and we bought a table. Now, the problem with Vegas and buying VIP, well, the first one I didn't buy. The club bought my guy Jared Sirocco and the gym that he runs. They bought it. The second night, it was just us. And that's when Nelly performed. And it was cool. Nelly did it so like Vegas and Super Bowl, like everybody's like, they got the new guys are making all the real money, right? But I don't want to hear none of the new guys. So I hear the old heads, and they was out there partying. It was a good time. Good time. Our table was it's like 3 clubs in one, but we were like really far back from the stage. But I had a place to sit down, and that's all I asked for. So they make you buy bottles, and the bottles are crazy. So it's let me rephrase that. You have to put a certain amount of money down, and then you just purchase whatever. But like I remember my first time going to Vegas. Well, first time. What Chicago was Killer 6. So like 6 years ago, I went to Vegas for like the second time in my life. One of the Russian real estate people, probably from Taken, bought a table for like $25,000. Do you know how much how much liquor you get for $25,000? It just keeps coming. Like they just and they only bring you the bottles as you need them. For not a month, for not for the week, for that night. It was during the EDM. It was during EDM. So and I understood EDM music when you've been drinking. It makes absolute sense. It just and everybody's moving and you're drunk. It's just, anyways, it makes sense. We don't have that shit at Goodfellas, but we do have a good VD special here for you. We have a Super Bowl party. We got a bunch of good gatherings. February is going to be lit. So make sure if you're in Jacksonville, you come check us out. If you're an all-in member for Den Media Group, you are also a member of Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. So you get to come in, you get 10% off of your orders, you get free cigars. Well, you'll have a locker here. We'll have a Den Media Group locker, and you get to go participate in all that stuff. We'll also have some excursions and outings for members. So that's basically it. Try to get some paper. Yeah, what we got? Oh yeah, gotta hit the prayer. Amen. All right, we got the prayer in. Hey, did you see the follow up? Did you see what Cam Newton said to Jason Whitlock?
Yeah, I have it in the notes.
Cool. Yeah, yes.
Well, I have Sheena's videos. We got to shout out video. Yeah, so I got
Sheena.
Sheena. I got Sheena's video in the notes, but yeah, we're gonna get to that when we talk about the NFL section. But good morning, y'all. Happy start to the long weekend. MLK Day on Monday, and my bad, Miles.
Well, technically, you're celebrating Robert E. Lee Day, and you get your ass in there and work, boy. Yeah, we'll be working. I'll be back. So, but I don't know if this really worked, but yeah, that sucks though, Miles.
Yeah, so we're gonna start off with college. Talk about a FSU flip we got from FIU, and then we got to talk about the men's basketball, women's basketball, and we're gonna talk about the new Title IX athlete pay with NIL, and then touch on UF's assistant basketball coach and his sexual assault allegation he got. And they need to revoke the LSU football team's driver's license because, man, another player got into a serious crash. Talk about the 2025 college football Hall of Fame class. Then we'll transition to the NFL with Dion and the head coaching discrepancies between Dallas and Colorado. Give you an update on the Jaguars head coaching tracker. The weather updates for the divisional slate this weekend, and then we're going to take a vote on who has the best home field advantage, look at the divisional round odds, and talk about the Cam Newton video like James was saying. Then we have our Big Games B.S. segment, talk about a couple of different topics, LeBron James being the greatest of all time for more than one reason, Ja Morant with the greatest dunk that never counted, and I know you appreciate this, Miles, but Super Nintendo World is opening up in Orlando, May 22nd, 2025. So I added the video at the end. So great place to take your kids. And even if you're not a kid, it looks fun, to be honest. So super excited about that. And then we got to talk about Wu-Tang, a former Wu-Tang member, Method Man, laying hands on people at Crunch Fitness. Yeah, he's jacked. No, he's jacked. So I feel bad for that guy. And then yeah, super excited to get this show kicked off. But like we said, we're gonna start off with the FSU flip. Let me share this with you all right now. Thank you. Thank you, Miles. Share this to y'all screen and then we can get started. So 2025 interior offensive lineman. He's a 3-star. Sandman Thompson, excuse me, has flipped his commitment from FIU to Florida State. Now with the name like Sandman, you got to be nice. I'm sorry, like
Do we have some?
that's just a hard name.
Do we have? Is his social media connected to that? Let's watch some. Throw some footage of him if we can find. He goes to Chocolate City High School, Cocoa High School. No, it's Cocoa High School. That's what they call Cocoa, Chocolate City. So, but it is black. Cocoa is one of. He went to that says Ugal, so I guess that's a newer school in Brevard, but he transferred to not at all. No. Well, they're good, but like I think they bought that a while ago. So like they've been in the house that you went and ate the bitten damn hog. That's right around the corner from Cocoa, like literally right around the corner from Cocoa High School. But when you start walking toward the high school, which is right around the corner, it ain't nice.
Really?
But it's not like bad. It's not. I don't know how to describe it. It's not hood. It's just not. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Arlington has some spots that I don't want to be around. But yeah, but he went to Cocoa, I think, this year. He's what we need. We have not had the only thing this motherfucker do is snap the ball. Everybody else was like a guard or a tackle, and then but they're too short, so we want to move them inside. This is just a stump, and all he do is snap the ball. So like, I'm good with that. Like, we can develop him. We don't need him to play day one. Keep him around a couple years. Probably shot him 25K and some I don't even know, man, and a real basket for his NIL deal. We good on that. Played a little defensive tackle too. Obviously, Cocoa High School is one of the best teams in the nation. All they do is win, no matter what. Their quarterback is going to Texas A&M. He reclassed. We have the wide receiver that committed, the 4-star wide receiver that was. I think he didn't get Mr. Florida. The quarterback got Mr. Florida this year, not the receiver who should have got it. He got robbed. But yeah, let's watch what this young man does here as a family. See if we like this. All right, so he's the center. Okay. Ooh, walk him back, walk him down. Oh, okay, I like that. That kid just gave up hope.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's baptizing cats. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, he finishes his blocks. I like a little mean, nasty motherfucker. Okay, good feats. And just keeps walking them down. Okay, finishes them. No, that great. Somebody tried to cut him down. So, yeah. Okay. I like the first 4. Okay, we here. Oh, yeah. Oh, he puts you on skates. Yeah. And he gets up on there. So something he does good. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. D tackle. Oh, swimmed it. Oh. All right. Uses his hand very well. That's great hand placement. Like, just watch where he shoots. Watch the hands. That's how you can tell he's a good lineman. Hands immediately inside, and it moves them where they need to be. You got to win the hand placement battle. And Jesus, and he finishes. Like, when you're going backwards, he ain't stopping till you're on the ground. This man is a predator. He does not take no for an answer. Okay, try to double team, splits the double team. Okay. Uses momentum to get you on the ground instead of trying to keep the guy up. Helps the quarterback keep the pocket. So QB sneak. Yeah, 13. That wasn't 13. You had no chance. Very rarely do I want to watch a whole highlight film. I can do without his D tackles clips, but
Yeah, it's true.
it's not bad. It's just not like that wasn't a. Oh, maybe I missed him. He's 72. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to where he was at. All right, back to center. Damn, this is terrible. Oh my God. Who was 53, man? Gee, Vieira? Okay, Vieira High School is pretty good. That's where your aunt lives, Miles.
Oh,
You got an aunt that lives in Vieira?
yeah.
Dang. That's what my girlfriend family said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, isn't that? Oh.
Poor quarterback. You got to know your time is up, son. Or whoever it was. Okay, back to offense. Just look at the hand placement, gets up under him, readjusts, always keeps his feet moving. This is just really, really good. That's good offensive line work. That's something, he's probably not rated high because he's probably not rated as high because of he doesn't have all those crazy measurables. So there's nothing like pause, but there's nothing overall sexy about him. And let's be honest, one thing we don't know how to do consistently is rate an offensive lineman because he can grow. Like what I like the most about his film is motherfuckers is getting thrown around and getting escorted out the club. And what's bad, not hit for him, you see some guys literally stop their feet and they're trying. And he is still sliding them backwards. I'm like, yo, have some pride. But I like it. I'm okay with getting linemen that want to develop. It's the UM model, the Maribel model. The Maribel model is getting some linemen that you can develop, the 3-star guys, and we can troll all day about flipping somebody from FIU or whatever, but hell, he could be the guy that would have went to FIU and got better, and then we would have tried to get in the portal. Right now, there's a kid that went to FIU, broke the all-time leading receiver at FIU, is in the national championship with Notre Dame. You know where he went to school at? Mandarin University. So imagine if somebody would have gave Chris Mitchell the offer he deserved before high school, he probably could have built up in there. So it's just this kind of shit happens, and I'm cool with it. So, all good. So
we're gonna touch on some FSU hoops right quick. So the FSU men's team played Pitt, and man, this was a scrappy game. We will get into the video that ensued after the game, but the Noles got the dub 82-70, a 12-point victory. I'm gonna read you off some of the notable stats by our FSU players. So your cousin James Jameer, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
That's it. We don't fucking share. We'll give you a little crumb. We'll give you a little taste, but we finna eat. That's it. You want to eat, get your own rebounds, baby. I shine, we shine. That's the Watkins family reunion motto. Nah, shout out to Cuzzo. Fake Cuzzo. Probably Cuzzo. Who knows? Too much coincidence. Ain't that many Watkins in Trenton, New Jersey? How many people y'all know from Trenton, New Jersey in the chat? I ain't never met nobody else from Trenton, New Jersey. That ain't my family. But anyway, it's my bad.
And then you got Malik Ewan, who had 18 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and he had 3 blocks as well. Taylor Bowen had 6 points, but he had 4 blocks. So doing his thing on
Is
the.
he a bowl? Is like all bowls related? Is he like bowl?
I mean, somewhere down the line, I think they're
Related
related. Probably,
Blocks and
yeah,
stuff,
probably.
I'm just, we're just going to lie and say
Yeah.
yes.
No, for sure. And this is courtesy of Melina Myers. He had this crazy block on former FSU player Cameron Corhan.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you right.
Is this why he was mad?
Yeah, this is why he was mad. I'll blow it up for y'all so y'all can see. But yeah, this is a great picture from Melina. Shout out you. And we're going to get into.
That's crazy because, like, I thought he dunked on. At first, I'm like, damn, he
Yeah.
got my dog. He posterized him. And then you see the ball is like, it's like a whole yard behind his head. Like, that man just, like, that had to be violent. Miles, you go on. I got a kid outside that it is just coming from.
So huge shout out to that. But we will get into the video that ensued after the game, like I previously mentioned. So there's been a lot of speculation online. I know David Williams in the chat was saying the fight was from the student section, talking trash to the pit players. But I heard as well that Malik on our team had a late second dunk. And, a lot of teams don't like that, especially if you're getting beat. I don't really agree with that. You got to play to the whistle, man. So
it's not my job to stop whipping your ass. It's your job to stop the ass whipping.
Exactly.
Run up the score, man. This ain't, man. What's this? We are raising soft ass individuals, man. Like all that fighting, you could do that during the game. If you ain't like it, you could have whatever, man. Like, let me see this. I like it. But do we have the dunk, or did we just have the fight? And this is the kid who was at Florida State, right? Is this one of the motherfuckers that's suing Ham?
I'm not too sure. He might be because he might be one.
He might be one of the 6 people because I know they released 6 and then they said they might have a couple more players, so he's probably on that list for sure.
Well, we're gonna say this is why you getting them, like, now it all makes sense. Because what people don't know about Leonard Hamilton's a vampire. He's been around for a long time. And when he's seeing the guys that used to be with him, he putting hits out on them. And he's like, we can put them paws on those cats. You got clothes, man? Oh, okay. All right. You can chill. You can just go chill out there. Listen, hold on real quick now. We got cameras out there. Don't let me catch you in that liquor now. All right. All right, cool. Hey, listen, I was in high school one time too. So like you can lie to your pastor. You ain't got to lie to me. I just want to make sure you good because we got business to handle. All right, cool. All right. My bad. That's one of our kids. Oh, hold up, turn up. I saw Syracuse came by. How did that go?
They're talking about that and the coach right now.
Okay. All right, cool. So they talking about offering? All right, cool. All right, cool. It's one of my Domo kids. Turn up, we riding down. Now I'm trying to turn about my making the right move to Mandarin University, but it don't matter if you don't. Like, he's still a Domo. He goes to Impact Christian. ICA, good school. Coach Neesmith out there. And then I got another kid, Zay Hilliard, should be coming up here. So right after I'm done with the show, actually they gotta go. We gotta go by the house. I don't feel like moving boxes, so they 2 young men. We're gonna move all of our Domo gear into the truck, and then we hit 95 to head down to Miami to go beat the hell out of some asses. That's the goal. But anyways, let's see. Speaking of beating the hell out of some asses, don't go to the tuck with your chain untucked, because we're gonna take that shit. And we'll see what Pitt decided to go out here and treat the student section like they wasn't about that life. And they learned a valuable lesson. for victory. My guy and listens to the show. Let me pull it up because he sent me the tweet. And you know, obviously we got, you know, unlike other shows, you know, we get that firsthand, stuff like accounts. Grant Gray. Remember Grant ain't been in the chat for a minute. Grant must be that senior. He got to be like a senior at this point. That year whooping his ass right now. But Grant sent this to me. He's like, when you lose the game, then lose the fight with the other team, and then lose the fight to the fans and the band. Said Pitt coach at Corham, the Pitt player who transferred from FSU, started both fights. So more fight after the game than during it. Shout out to Grant giving us that firsthand explanation for what's going down. You know, yeah, I was like, I hope he hit because, you know, Grant played the trombone. So I hope he just ran up on him and just just jabbed him one time just like that, man. So, but now fun stuff, man. I've been a part of some of those great victories, and like this wasn't one of those, but like when we stormed the court, like have you been to where they weren't really good when you were there? We had already sacrificed the basketball team.
The last FSU men's game I went to, this will have so much respect for Jared McCain. This when he dropped 28 points on us at halftime, and he scored 35. That was the last FSU basketball game I went to, and I was like, yeah, he's like that. So, but I went to a couple of games. Yeah, they weren't good when I was there. Really, they weren't too good. But I saw Paolo Banchero 2 years ago. That was cool seeing Paolo play, and obviously him doing his thing in the league now. But yeah, like you said, they weren't the best.
They were mid when I was there, but they were good for because Ham came I think Ham was there either my last 2 years. We had Coach Robinson before that, but they were good for beating Duke at home. And they beat Duke. I think we beat Wake Forest with Chris Paul. And then the game was just I can't even fathom the Tuck being sold out anymore. It's hard to describe to you how, because the Tuck is a big venue, and it was sold out, and then everybody storms the court afterwards. So it was cool. But yeah, good for them. I'm glad to see one of our men's team is acting like they got a pair of balls. Hopefully the football team will regain their scrotums back this season. But the basketball team's hooping, and they're taking care of business.
Shout out to the women's basketball team too. They got the dub against Clemson. I'm gonna share this with you all. 82-67, a 15-point lead. And you know, we got to shout out our girl Tania Latson doing her thing. So with 20 points and 10 assists, Tania Latson gets her 4th double-double this season. Crazy numbers. Huge shout out to her. Let me just read you some of the stats. 20 points, 10 assists, 4 steals by Tania. And then we got Michaela Timpson, our rebounder, 17 points, 13 rebounds, a double-double for her. Huge shout out to her. And she had 2 blocks as well. Keep doing y'all thing. Keep showing the world why y'all deserve to be ranked top 25. Keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, for this tournament coming up in a couple of months. So huge shout out to both the men and women's basketball side. And so we're going to transition into a topic that made major headlines yesterday with the Title IX athlete pay. I'm going to share this with you all right quick. News is coming from the Department of Education, and this will have a lot of impact for the NIL space amongst the male and female sports. So I'm going to share this tweet with you all. Blow it up. Zoom in for you guys. So per Ross Dellinger, significant news out today from the U.S. Department of Education, which classifies future revenue distributions from a school to an athlete for his/her NIL rights as, quote, financial assistance, which, quote, must be made proportionally available to male and female athletes or risk violating Title IX. So we're going to touch some more about this a little bit below. The Department of Education really stresses this and hones in on this, even targeting NIL compensation for some third parties, specifically those affiliated with boosters. Quote, the fact that funds are provided by a private source does not relieve a school of its responsibility for Title IX compliance. And these are some key lines from this. Excuse me. Schools remain responsible for ensuring that they are offering equal athletic opportunities in their athletic programs, including the NIL context. Schools remain responsible for ensuring that they are offering equal athletic opportunities in their athletic programs, including the NIL. A school may violate Title IX if the school fails to provide equivalent benefits, opportunities, and treatment in the components of the school's athletic program that relate to NIL activities. Thus, schools must be mindful of their Title IX obligations regarding the components of their athletic programs as they navigate the NIL landscape. These obligations apply regardless of where the student athletes ultimately secure NIL benefits through their school or with third parties. So, James, what do you think about the landscape of the NIL space, especially with Title IX being involved at such this great extent?
I mean, Title IX this is where like this is kind of like the DEI shit that they be talking about. Like, this is where we really should be arguing, but there's a reason why we have Title IX. But Title IX, we have to figure out where Title IX begins. If I were a university, right, if we're going to blow this up, we got to blow it all the way up. And the Department of Education has years of them being able to sit by and allow coaches who coach female sports to be disproportionately underpaid in comparison to guys who coach male sports. Like, you want to know when there's a big difference in the money? Why isn't the soccer coach at Florida State, who's really, really good, making more money than Mike Norvell? Why isn't the softball coach, who's actually won a natty, or did she win it or did she play for it? They played for it. I don't know if they didn't win it, but they played for a natty. Why doesn't she make more money than Mike Norvell? Because we understand we also live in a capitalistic society and football pays all those fucking bills. You're so worried about female sports. Why aren't there like football has, well, now we'll have 105 fully funded scholarships, or the ability to get that. The other sports don't have that. And it's just, you're picking and choosing when you want to enforce rules. You got to be consistent, or you're setting this thing called precedent. That being said, they don't really give a fuck. They will let this ride out and then and make as much money as they can. And then what they'll do is, after that, they will they'll pay the consequences after that. It's kind of like what Big Pharma does. They may know a drug has all kinds of bad side effects, but they're gonna let you take it because they know they're gonna make a ton of money, and then it's a risk reward. If they make $100 billion and they have to pay out $5 billion, it worked out. It all worked out in the end. So this is all BS. Plus, as a guy, like, they'll just go back to how it was, the Wild Wild West. You can't force me, James Coleman, to pay somebody for a marketing deal the same amount of money. The NIL is marketing deals. It is not compensation for the university, because they refuse to make student athletes employees because of a whole bunch of other bullshit ass rules that people seem to think that student athletes don't know how to handle. Like, oh, well, if we put you on as an employee, then you get taxed, and we have to do this and we have to do that. And when they turn 22, they're going to have to enter the workforce anyway. And again, as a guy who grew up with T-Pain and all these other motherfuckers that became millionaires when we were 18, 19 years old, they had to, you know what they did? They hired accountants. And you know what happens with people, even people who make money, even when you get older, people still have tax issues because taxes are weird. It's just like, people are trying in an attempt to pretend like they care, they're fucking up something that could be really, really good. And every time they add something like this, it brings in more confusion and it fucks it up even harder. So, like, just shut the fuck up about all this discrimination and all this other shit. Like, because you really don't give a fuck. We all don't give a fuck. You know why I say that? Because we all want to see black athletes get out there and start hitting other black athletes in football or dunk. And we'll be more apt to see more females playing sports when they lower the goalposts and we start seeing coochies get put in other women's faces. Like how men be dunking, like the nuts be in their face. Like we just saw the dunk that we just showed with the pit. You see that kind of aggression. People want to see that shit. So, yeah. That's my thoughts.
We're going to segue into an interesting post from the same source I found the Title IX information from.
Softball did win the Natty. I thought so. 2018.
Oh, yeah. I'm okay. Yeah. But yeah, I thought you meant like during like my last 4 years. I think we went to the.
We played Oklahoma.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, and then we lost. I remember that. But talking about NIL and obviously the incentive to stay in college rather than the NFL, I want to share with you some important stats about the number of college underclassmen entering the NFL and the differences between pre-NIL and post-NIL. So if you see from 2018 to 2021, there were 106, 99, and 130 college underclassmen entering the NFL draft. But when NIL took place, that number significantly dropped from 130 to 73, 69, 58 last year, and 70 this year. So, James, do you think this number will decrease even more with the greater NIL pool these students will get and the money the collectives will get at this school? With schools, not at this school. I'm sorry about that.
Say that. Repeat that to me one more time. What you just said?
Do you think the number of college underclassmen entering the NFL will decrease even more with the increase of NIL pools and funds and things of that nature as they have more incentives to stay in college now?
Oh, I mean, shit. We've kind of seen it. We just saw Carson Beck. We just seen, well, the Penn State quarterback who nobody wanted to come back. Like Penn State quarterback saying he wants to come back stirred so much controversy that his best wide receiver said, "Fuck it, I'm into the portal." You saw Travis Hunter actually make a comment about the assumed money that Carson Beck is getting, and he's like, "Shit, I should stay." The crazy part is that if this is true, right? Like if Carson is getting $10 million, which I don't know, I'll talk to Denny. Even if when I find out, I won't tell anybody. That's more than he would have made as a first round pick. Right. And it's 1099. He's in the state of Florida. Like, even with the taxes that he could do, that he could defer and pay 2 to 3 years down the road, if not more, if he has a good accountant, he could have made way more money. He could probably just end up keeping 70% of that. Like the crazy part is what people need to realize is you're right. This makes you not want to go. Why? College is more fun than the NFL. You're damn near graduated for some of these guys, or like they really probably got families. You're around co-eds that women that don't have anything else going for them but college. So they're probably going to do wilder, crazy, freakier shit to you. Probably even you could bang some of your professors if you want to at this point, because you can just tell them, if I got $10 million, hey, you only get paid X amount of dollars a year. I am willing to give you 10% of your salary to just give me an A. Give me a degree. They're not going to say, if they say no, they're just dumb. Sorry, like, yeah, like you get, like, it's kind of like more fun. Like you're becoming I just saw the dudes who make the, all they do is make the videos. I can't think of their name. They made the one about the Amber Alert. Like a kid. Yeah. So like they're hilarious. And he put like streamers are really the new rappers. Like they're making all this money and they're talking about other people. So like the game is fucked up, but it's fair. So like I think you will see some guys, and I think you'll see a bunch of marginal people. Like again, to use Florida State as an example, there was 2 guys that were considering going to the NFL draft, 2 friends. Both of them got a crazy number to stay. One decided to still go, and he will probably be a day 2, maybe early day 3 pick. He will not make the same money next year as he made at Florida, as he would have made at Florida State this year. The other guy stayed. It could potentially be a first round pick, because of there's fuck what you think if he can play or not. The motherfucker was born, has some things that you don't like. God did all the work, but it's crazy. Like it's the money is stupid, man. So
yeah, I believe these numbers will continue to go down, like for all the reasons you said, and especially if Carson Beck's making allegedly that what was it, $10 million? That's crazy. Because how much does a first round pick make in the NFL again?
probably let me see. I could put the Google in.
Yeah,
because they have all those things. So see, NFL draft salaries. So 2020, what the fuck? So draft picks in general get $795. That's what the rookie they'll get close to $1 million, but they get $795 as a rookie right now. I got the 2024. All right, I got it right here. So Caleb Williams. That's crazy what the bet was. But Caleb Williams got a contract, $39.5 million total contract. And that's all guaranteed. So $40 million all guaranteed. The lowest first round pick. All right, you ready for this? All right, so Carson, who was not going to be a first round pick. Xavier Leggett's contract is $12.4 million. Not what he's making per year. His contract is $12.4 million. So this is real numbers, like not fake. Like they have to like document this shit because they have a salary cap. How long is this contract? 4 years. And then they have the 5th year option, which like 5th year option is a lot. But like Carson is going to make almost as much in 1 year, allegedly, as a guy who was drafted with the 32nd overall pick. And the goal is supposed to be to get to here. I'm not saying that there's nobody telling the truth, but I'm saying that there might be some embellishments here. And what I'm saying is that there is no reason, like, if that is really the case, there is absolutely no reason to rush to get to the NFL. And the person who made me really, really question it was when the Heisman Trophy winner, who we all know would probably command this kind of money, even he said, let me go back to college. But then again, he might be represented by Carl Reed, and if Carl Reed is representing him, then he don't know what the fuck. Carl is a wild boy, good, not a bad guy, but Carl got some people looking crazy in these streets. But yeah, man, that's some wild shit. So,
speaking of looking crazy in the streets, this dude was looking crazy in the sheets. We got to talk about the UF basketball coach clowning them boys down in Gainesville once again. Man, it's getting scary out in Gainesville. I don't know what they put in the water or what, but if you guys did not know, Florida men's basketball assistant and former player Torian Green is facing sexual assault allegations filed by an employee in the athletic department. So we're going to get into some of the details per ESPN. I'm going to share this with you all. Cool. Y'all can see. So I'll read this a little bit more. University of Florida Athletic Department employee filed a SA complaint against an assistant.
Employee?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Against an assistant men's basketball coach Tuesday as the school continues to investigate the head coach, Todd Golden, for alleged Title IX.
When do they practice? They just be out here groping chicks and assaulting people, man. Like, when do they just remember? I don't know if anybody ever. I think it was the weave drill, the 3-point weave, where the 3-man. Do they ever do that? Do they like do the little rebounding, practice free throws? Is this something that they like? Is this wild down here in Hogtown? But it's wild, man. They go ahead and finish reading, Tori.
So the woman who asked to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation reported to the school's Title IX office in March 2024. Assistant men's basketball coach Torian Green arranged a meeting with her in the athletic facilities where he kissed her and tried to put his hand down her pants, allegedly. She pulled his hand away and said no, and he tried again, at which point she got away, according to the complaint. Until that day, she had never been alone with Green and had only exchanged casual greetings with him on campus. The woman said she did not report the alleged incident at the time, in part because of Green's status. Green, who as a Florida player won NCAA championships in 06 and 07, and he joined the basketball staff in 2022 after playing in the NBA and overseas. The woman told ESPN she decided to come forward after Title IX investigators working on the Golden case asked to interview her last fall about Golden's interactions with female athletes. She said that inquiry made her realize there could be concerns about a pattern of behavior and other women could be affected. It's looking spooky in Gainesville, James. What do you gotta say on this?
I personally think if you got SA, I as a guy, well, I believe he did it. Whatever they say he did that shit. And I don't know if that's the hater in me or what. I'm willing to admit, I'm willing to stand like that could be a hater. But like, I just think as a man, how I would feel if somebody came out and said, I SA'd them. I'm very truthful about a lot of stuff. I would probably just go ahead and tell the truth if I were Torian, but add shit. Like, be like, yes, I groped that bitch, but she asked me to. Your Honor, she asked me to take that. She made ice cubes out of butt plug mold and asked me to shove them up her butt. And I'm gonna add some shit into it just to make sure that you want to embarrass me. Oh, we gonna be embarrassing. We're gonna be out here embarrassed together. If I gotta lose it all, like, because the crazy part is, even if Torian becomes innocent of all these things, right? They are not going to go out and use the same amount of energy to make him clean. So you might as well just go ahead and just, if you did it, fess up to it. Or if you didn't do it, like, I don't know how to make it right. Because the other part of it is there's only one way to defend yourself if somebody says you sexually assaulted them or you raped them. Like, you got to make them a hoe.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
I know, but what I'm saying is, how else do you defend your? Because what if you did have sex with this person?
But it was consensual.
And it was consensual.
That's what Diddy did with the Cassie situation. I know the lawyers presented. There was videos allegedly of Cassie participating in the quote freak offs and fully consensual, blah blah blah, and they're saying that it's going to help Diddy's case out even more with all these allegations. So, yeah, you got to, flip the script.
By it, you have to be able to show that, like you were forced, but like there ain't no gun to your head. Were you forced?
That's what I don't understand when she says she was afraid because of his status. Was she afraid that
because his status at the university, former player, coach, nobody probably would believe her over him. So like, I get it, but like at the same time, you have to be able to face your accusers. So like, that's American. Like that's kind of like.
Is he not with the same status now?
He got more status now.
So,
But yeah, because he's probably doing it, like coaching it.
Yeah, just because he got more buzz on his name now.
I don't want to witness blame on it, but it is annoying how there's no
Right. It's like no happy medium.
Yeah, we haven't figured this out as a
Like,
society.
yeah, like it's literally, oh, he did it. And then if you say anything, they'll be like, what if he didn't? Oh, you victim blaming, you're a misogynist, you're this. And I just seen it work the wrong way too many times. It's just like, even with, unless I see somebody like actually murder somebody, like I'm probably like, all right, I'm gonna wait till I get more information, because that's a really harsh thing, and I understand the emotion with it, but like, let's let it play out.
I think the best thing we can do now is just teach the sons and the nephews, the next generation, to be overly cautious.
This is why I don't shoot shots. I have never. Every person I've been with, for the most, I think, and then the one I did shoot, it. I kind of manipulated the situation a little bit. I shot first, and then they blocked it, and then I made them shoot. I was just so like, but I'm just saying, like, it leads to less confusion if the woman, like, if y'all, I promise you guys, you would never, if you ever hear James Coleman is in a situation where he allegedly sexually assaulted that woman, that bitch lying. Just know that bitch lying. That's all I'm saying, man. But I'm trying to figure out what we got going here. Okay. Nah, we straight. Jit not coming. Damn, I wanted Zay to come. All right.
Oh, okay.
We got one of our kids one of my Domo kids isn't coming on the trip. So anyways, though, it's just tough. But what's funny is this guy's like been on a short list for a lot of smaller like G5 head coaching jobs, potentially coming to FAMU if that job ever opened up, things of that nature. But now that he's a nut ass freak bull, we can't do that. The other kid's not coming, so we straight. We don't have nobody unless you want to show him. All right, and then you just get his number and I'll have somebody call him back. Okay. All right. Yeah, nut ass freak bull. Can't have a nut ass freak bull on your staff.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what Lewis said, I just think it's important to note. You ever notice every time UF has a top 5 team in anything, something like this comes out? That's crazy. Yeah.
They got a lot of tension, man. It's a lot of what's actually, that's crazy now that I think about it. All of the things that are going on with UF, for them to have the record that they have and be playing the common basketball they're playing, because they were ready to get rid of this guy. Like, nobody believed in him. And this is all it brings me to the Dave Chappelle skit about Cosby. Bill Cosby was donating millions and millions of dollars to African-American, to HBCUs to promote African-American education. He was using his platform to encourage African-Americans to have nuclear families, be wholesome, and be good citizens. He was also making us understand how delicious Jell-O pudding was, and getting national sponsorships, and again creating avenues and opening doors for the likes of me and millions of others to be able to do stuff. We did not have a lot of positive influences on TV, but we knew we had the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show was so positive that with me growing up, I could not watch it or appreciate it because it was nothing like what I had seen. As an adult, I did appreciate it. And you're telling me during all of that time, Bill Cosby was drugging and raping women. I'm not saying that that's right, but what I'm saying is he did a lot of good for the community. So while he was doing good for the community, he was doing this. Lost leader, you know what I'm saying? But like, that might be what UF is looking at right now. A couple co-eds and a couple marginal staff members might have to get their titties touched. But if that wins them a national championship or gets them into the tournament, they're probably saying we'll deal with the consequences later. Such is life. But nah, Primo did bring up a good point. Like, remember Kobe? Kobe was playing some really good basketball when he was going through that. I know exactly what happened. He that girl was about it. Again, the only way he could defend himself was for them to actually destroy this young lady. But she destroyed herself. She set it up for herself. You know, they found she had a boyfriend. They found three different samples of semen in her panties. a wild girl. I personally think she wasn't a triple threat. And Kobe might have had something on him. And he tried, that third eye can't get open. You can't just ram it. You can't ram it in there. It has to be consensual. And Kobe tried to do something strange to her, and she wasn't about that. And then Kobe did the thing that a lot of guys do. He hit it and then wanted to quit it. And she thought maybe this was her opportunity to level up. And so instead of just taking that L, she probably tried to strong arm him for some bread. And Kobe said, fuck that shit. I ain't giving you no money. And then they put him in. Then Kobe commenced to do the thing that no man should do. There's a bro code. He snitched on Shaq. And he said Shaq be out here fucking bitches too. And that was the problem. So, yeah.
That's why he only got one MVP. Crazy world.
Yeah, man.
Crazy world.
Listen, man. That's y'all GOAT. I think he's good, but I think some of his mentality, matter of fact, you know what? Trey got that book for Christmas. I don't think we reading that shit no more. Now that I think about it, I don't want my son around bad influences. And there's some things about Kobe. He's not smart enough to be able to eat the meat and leave the bones. Like, I need to just keep him away from Kobe Bryant right now until Kobe snitched on Shaq and says Shaq when he got jammed up. I don't even want Trey to do that. Like, I don't even necessarily want Trey to be a cheater. I just want him to understand though that there is a code, a bro code that if he ain't got nothing, if he knows Vanessa, like if you know the girl, whatever, yeah, okay, maybe. But like, you don't know this new bitch. Like, there was no reason for you to say this. You got jammed up. And it wasn't like that was going to make him less jammed up.
Right. You don't even know. Yeah,
like, if you get Jeezy said it best. If you get jammed up, don't mention my name. And he started dropping names, and I don't like that, man. Like, you can't be in I can recognize your talent.
Think about that when I got him the book. But that won't be in the book.
I know it's not in the book, but I'm just saying it's kind of like this guy who I was supposed to partner with on the 7-on-7 thing. Some of the parents are asking me like, "Hey, is it cool?" Because we play on both teams. I said, I have no problem. My son won't play on his team. And they're like, why? I said, he a good dude. From what I see, he looked like he really care about them kids. He lied to me though, and he did not do. I asked him to do one simple thing, and he didn't do what I asked him to do. And he could have just told me that he didn't want to do it. And I probably would have let my son play on the team. At least we open. But you led me down a path to believe that something was going to happen that did not happen. So you are just as unsavory to me. I heard some other stuff, but the things that I heard about you, I was willing to overlook those things because you seem like you would be a man of your word. When I don't want my son around nobody like that. I'm sorry. That's just everybody. Omar said it in The Wire the best. Every man got to have a code. That's my code. Man, you could be a habitual cheater. You could be a alcoholic. You could be whatever, dog. But if you good and you training the kids good, hey man, you know what, motherfucker, they ain't got shit to do with me. That's his personal life. But now you done crossed me. You how I know you gonna be where you supposed to be at. That's my thoughts on Kobe. If Kobe, all that other shit didn't bother me. Kobe snitching on Shaq. That bothered me. Like, that's just like damn, dog, that's your man's. Like, well, even if it's not your friend, that's your your top coworker. So, anyways, though, fuck him. And I hope I hope that lady gets her justice. I don't know Torian personally, but he's a Gator, and I just don't like him. So, let's stop. But free game by big game. If a woman likes you, she gonna show it. Stop listening to these podcasts and these simple. If you want to listen to a podcast, listen to TK Kirkland. Not these, not this, these. Listen to TK Kirkland, man. Uncle TKT to the motherfucking K gonna set you straight, bro. If she if she wants you, she's going to like, she will not necessarily, I'm not saying pursue. She will show you that there is a target that she would like you to shoot at. All this, I'm gonna grab you, and I'm gonna apply pressure. That shit confusing, dog. Like, it's only the old adage is, actually they showed it. We just seen this with the peanut butter big jugs.
He went too far.
It's cool with Ocho or Achu or whatever. She like a chew. The ugly white man with the strong jaw got enough money to make him attractive. That's not sexual harassment. Jason Whitlock is sexual harassment. It's not sexual harassment when they like it. The only way to know is be sure. Or here's the other real good thing: I don't shit where I eat. Don't holler at chicks don't holler at coworkers. If you are a boss, do not. That's why they have no fraternization policies, to save shit like this. And I'm sorry, I know it's low hanging fruit, easy to get them, but like, hey, you deal with shit like this. And what's probably crazy is she probably ugly, just like the chick that got our secondary coach jammed up. Remember in Nebraska, we found out that he was out here, but when you're around them a lot, you get to know the personality, and then she probably did a little extra work, and it's just like, but bro, you got money, you on the road recruiting, like there's all kinds of women you could have got, dog. You didn't need that, but you don't need these headaches. I know it's not a lot of women in Gainesville, but it's still better than better than dealing with this shit. I hope he's not married too, because if he's married, now he got a lot of other bullshit that he got to deal with, and he's, yeah, man, got to be more careful.
Yeah, we got to talk about staying in the SEC with this one. I don't know what they putting in the water in LSU, but man, you need to revoke all these kids' driver's license. So we're going to get into this right quick, but we're going to send our thoughts and prayers to this guy right here. His family did release a statement. LSU, I'm pretty sure he's a freshman, quarterback Colin Hurley, was found unresponsive in an on-campus car crash Thursday morning. So the statement from his family was, quote, Colin is resting and is stable while more tests and care are being administered. We are confident that Colin will make a full recovery from this terrible accident. So I have a picture of the car crash right here. I want to share with you all. And guys, just take a guess what kind of car he was driving.
SEC special, man.
A 2022 or 2023 Dodge Charger. And this is the picture right here.
I'm so glad they're discontinuing these shits.
But man,
your nephew said that's what he wants, and I told him there's no way in fucking hell I'm buying him that. Your ass gonna fucking drive Griselda. Yeah. I am keeping that motherfucker for 5 more, a minimum 5 more years. Like, mine definitely. I didn't get mine first till I went to college, and it was my mom's old car. One, Colin Hurley's from Jacksonville. Went to Trinity Christian High School. Denny trained him. Oh, wow. We've talked about this. So 2 years ago, he was an early enrollee. So he's technically, this is supposed to be his senior year. So he's supposed to be in high school right now. He reclassed and went last year. He trained with Denny, and I remember we were in Indianapolis a couple years ago when Anthony Richardson was doing all of the stuff, right? I was able to get Sheena and some other people access because, one, everybody thought Ant might go to Carolina. That was one of the destinations, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Colin doesn't run his social media. His dad runs his social media. And his dad inboxed Sheena with a picture of Colin and Anthony Richardson working out together with the shirts off and saying, you should do an interview with my son because he works out with Anthony Richardson and blah, 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 and all this other shit. And she was like, why the fuck would I interview a 10th grader? Like, and why is this 10th grade boy in my inbox sending me stuff with his shirt off? Like they try to say, Sheena, that's his dad. And it just, but his dad is a piece of work. And, like real talk, I say that like no, just like real. Dad could send text messages out. My boy Hove wanted him to come. My boy Hove up to my boy Hove sent the coach from Michigan my number, and he was supposed to go do a workout, a tryout. He was down in Miami because he was a Domo kid at one point, and we were just chopping it up. And he said, hey, can you get me in contact with Kyler Hurley? Jim wants to see him, like the head coach for the Chargers now. I'm like, all right. I sent him a message. He said, we're not interested. I said, cool, no problem. You were down in Miami. That's why we were trying to do this stuff. Well, no, wait a minute. Hold up. Who wants to see him? Then I'm like, okay, well, we'll do it. Well, Michigan just came by. Why did they do this? I'm like, bro, you're already offered by a whole bunch of, like, what do you want? I was like, man, I'm not going. And I said, I'm not going back and forth and doing all this shit. And then everybody told me that probably wasn't the kid. It was the dad. And the dad puts a tremendous amount of pressure on him. And so when I saw this, I did not criticize because I do know alcohol was involved. Somebody took pictures of him downing 3 shots at the bar. Or they took a picture of him and just said, I just watched Colin Hurley down 3 shots. So this was before the wreck. And it's just like I said, man, a lot of these young men with extreme talent are going through a lot of things that we would never know about.
I mean, so many. What would Bobby do if this was all happening at
Bobby Bowden?
Yeah,
It wouldn't make the news.
It wouldn't have made the news during his time. But we would have I can't lie and say that I have never had a couple sips and gotten behind the wheel. In fact, this sounds terrible, and this is not where I would say free game by big game. Do not take this advice. I am an actually sober, reckless driver.
for sure. Yeah, you are.
When I drink,
Too many phone calls.
yeah, when I drink or I've done anything else, I follow every law on the road. I stop 2 seconds at stop signs. When the light turns yellow, I am not running that. I'm not running that red light. I'm doing the speed limit. I am like, yeah. So,
Restrict Dodge Chargers, I guess.
but what they should do is, what I would do is just so NFLPA, and I don't know if it's for life, but definitely when you're playing, you don't have to drive. They have car services for you.
You're a college kid. Where are you going all the time?
Well, that, but like legit hire a shuttle service within reason, like to go pick kids up. Like Florida State, I'm just using Florida State. Like you could get 5 Uber drivers that you just subcontract with on weekends. You don't have to do it every day, but on weekends, because you know guys are going from point A to point B. Should you have to do it? No. They should be responsible. Should you do it? Yes. Or run the risk of this dumb shit. And then the problem is everybody, like, even sober. We talked about my guy Drake last year at prom. Motherfucker hit the vet over 100. I'm not mad at him for that. I'm mad at him for recording the shit
Oh my Lord.
while he was driving. I'm like, yo, that's stupid. I said, Drake, I can't tell you that I've never hit a car on a straightaway going over 100. What I can tell you is I've never done it while recording myself on IG Live.
All right.
We didn't have it, but I'm just saying, like, you just gotta they're young. And other college kids do this shit. They want to do other stuff that college kids do, but you gotta. The people say you only live once. That's a lie. You live every day. You only die once. And I don't want to. You don't want to die like that. Luckily, Colin is okay. He's got a gash on his face. He'll have a memory forever. And you know, hey, I hope he. I hope it was just a bad night, and I hope he wasn't drinking to escape some other shit as other people do. But I would not be driving by myself like that. I would not be driving anymore.
Yeah, per this report, it said he was found unresponsive, but he was breathing. Firefighters pulled Hurley out of his vehicle. He was in and out of consciousness, and just like James had aforementioned, had a large cut on his face. So sending thoughts and prayers to the family and to his recovery. And yeah, I just hope whatever he was going through, just learn. Just learn the lesson and just think better, think smarter. But like you said, he's young, and I guess you gotta go through it to understand sometimes. And this is just him going through it. But we're gonna stay in the college football world, and we're gonna talk about the 2025 college football Hall of Fame class. It was recently announced, and I wanted to share this with you all so we can discuss some notable names on this list. See some familiar faces, familiar coaches as well. So huge shout out to all these guys right here that made the 2025 College Football Hall of Fame class list. Some notable names. We got Jacksonville Jaguars legend, very own John Henderson out of the University of Tennessee. You got Michael Strahan, Texas Southern University, Michael Vick, Virginia Tech, and then you got Urban Meyer, and you got Nick Saban. You got a couple other names on this list as well. You got Terrence Metcalf, if I'm not mistaken, that's DK's dad, right? I'm pretty sure that.
You said Terrence Metcalf?
Yeah, Terrence Metcalf.
I don't know.
University of Mississippi. I'm gonna look it up.
Terrence Metcalf, when do you miss?
I'm gonna look it up. Right
That's a hell of a coincidence. If
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's his dad. Yeah, so Terrence Metcalf is his dad.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so Terrence Metcalf out of the University of Mississippi, and Darren Smith, linebacker out of University of Miami. So huge shout out to these guys on this list for getting this recognition.
You said who?
Oh,
From Miami?
Just saw it. Darren Smith, linebacker. Darrin Smith.
Okay, he was an older U player. Okay. I don't necessarily remember him. So like that was before they no hate. Kudos to him. P-Dub's still not a member of the College Football Hall of Fame. So for those who don't know, it's not his fault. In order to be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, somebody from your university has to apply and do the work for you to get there. So leave it at that. Florida State's biggest problem is that while Miami, I don't know Darren Smith per se, Miami promotes their most notable players regardless of what people may think or feel, right? We know for a fact Michael Irvin is a cocaine head, probably smoked crack, probably been with a transmission once or twice on accident, on purpose. It was wild. It was the 80s. He's still sniffing. Murder, rape, has been in 2 situations where people have died mysteriously. And nobody knows. So he keeps going places and people keep dying. I could go on and on about all of I don't want to say unsavory because I don't think they're all bad people, but characters with a little bit of colorful characters is what we could say, right? Fair enough. That the University of Miami has, and they celebrate those colorful characters. Florida State has had Marvin Jones, who I think just got inducted last year. There was no reason that Marvin Jones hadn't been inducted before. people talk about Marvin Jones as the greatest college linebacker to have ever played. Marvin Jones crazy than a motherfucker though. But the guys who are Derek Brooks, Charlie Ward, Warwick Dunn is in it now, I believe. All perfect, like good model citizens. But those are also the ones that we want our kids try to get to recruit our guys, and they're not our best recruiters. You know who the kids want to be like? Marvin Jones, P-Dub, Snoop Menace. Snoop's good people. Snoop doesn't have any things on his resume. But like a lot of these guys that they want to be like, man, it's just you gotta I don't know, man, but we got some cats that aren't in the Hall of Fame that should have been in the Hall of Fame. That's all I'm saying.
We're gonna stay in this. No, you good. In this FSU family tree right here, and we're gonna transition into the NFL. Even though he doesn't really claim FSU like he should, but it is what it is. And we're gonna talk about Dion and the head coaching job, and just this big discrepancy between him, the Cowboys, and the Colorado staff. So share this with you all right quick, and then I'll blow it up for you guys. So boom, per on 3 report, Dion Sanders would, quote, almost certainly take the Dallas Cowboys job if Jerry Jones offers. Those around him are encouraging him to pursue it, and that Jones is enamored with the idea. But scrolling up, we would see that per on 3 that Dion Sanders was, quote, met with resistance after asking Colorado AD Rick George for more money for NIL and his staff. So James, is it really about the kids?
Man, fuck them kids.
Or you think Dion will be in Dallas if the price is right, like Drew Carey?
Right, and he can get, and they do what they need to do to be able to get his son. Dion is out of there. Dion Sanders again, and there is absolutely nothing truly wrong with this mindset. I don't go with it, but like it just is what it is. Dion prime about one person, and that's prime. And once you realize that, it like Boosie said it best. Once you realize once you take, you know who the person is, you start to adjust to that, and it's your fault for getting your feelings hurt and getting disappointed. So yeah, that's all I can say on that, man. But Dion, go through the process. He's helped some people, brought some people on. He probably could get Colorado could probably get another black coach, which they just keep getting black coaches. They're the whitest school in America with the most black coaches, black head coaches probably. And it probably will make them better. Like for example, Jackson State never won, believe it or not, they never won an HBCU national championship. Dion got to the Celebration Bowl twice and lost. Dion leaves, and what does Jackson State do? They win. Colorado could probably put another guy in there with some probably a little bit more head coaching experience, and they with the team that they've built and probably make a college football playoff. And so that doesn't mean Dion is lesser. It just means that, it is what it is. So kudos to him.
Speaking of head coaching, we got to keep y'all updated with the Jaguars head coaching tracker. If you guys want to stay on top of the head coaching tracker for the Jags, they do have a website. If you just go on whatever your search domain is, just type in Jaguars head coaching tracker. It should be the first website that pops up, but we're here to keep y'all updated for the city and for 904 and for Bingham. So the latest news on this front is that the Jaguars conducted a virtual interview with Baltimore Ravens OC Todd Monken Thursday evening. And before that, on Wednesday, they had a virtual meeting with Tampa Bay Bucks OC Liam Cohen. And yeah, this is the, if I'm not mistaken, 6th interview. Let me see if I'm doing the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Their 7th interview. And yeah, they have a couple more interviews to complete with this, but I just want to keep y'all updated with the news about the Jaguars head coaching vacancy spot. So Yeah, I'm not sure. I was hanging with my family last night, and they asked me who do I think the next coach would be, and I told them I don't really know who they will pick, but I think the best option for us would be OC out of Detroit, Ben Johnson, just because, just multiple different reasons. But yeah, this is the Jaguars head coaching tracker, so we will get onto the weather updates for the divisional slate weekend. So if you are betting, we just want y'all to have this in mind. And if you just wanted to watch the game and just know all the facts about the game, we got y'all covered here at Sports Den. So while I wait for this to load, I will share with you all my screen for some of these games that are happening this weekend, so you can leverage your bets properly. So first things first, we'll start out with the Eagles and Rams' weather update. So the Eagles and Rams is now expected to be a full-fledged snow game with winds, 70% chance of snow throughout the day per the Weather Channel. There will be multiple inches of snow on the ground for a kickoff with very, very, very cold temperatures. And even with the Ravens and Buffalo Bills game, the Bills Stadium is always covered in white during this time of year. No Michael Irvin. Buffalo's forecast for Sunday's Ravens-Bills divisional playoff game is a freezing low of 11 degrees with a 50% chance of snow, a projected real field temperature of -3 degrees. And then we got the Texans at the Chiefs in Kansas City. We know temperatures can get a little bit spooky here during this time of year. So you can see right here, tailgating before the game is going to be 25 degrees cold and windy, mostly cloudy and windy. And at kickoff, it will be 22 degrees, very cold, windy with falling temperatures. And the wind chill is 0 to 10 degrees. So if you guys are betting this weekend, make sure to keep this consideration in mind. What do I mean by that? Maybe take lower on the passing yards and passing touchdowns and higher on the rushing attempts and maybe even the rushing yards as well. And with the field goals, kickers too, show them some love. Maybe go over on the field goal kicking numbers for these games. So, man, this is crazy, crazy weather. What was the coldest you played in during when you were in FSU, James? What was the coldest?
FSU was 35 degrees.
I mean, like, did you not like at
Virginia.
home? Okay,
Virginia.
Okay.
Virginia Thursday night game we lost. Believe it or not, and it was about the same at Notre Dame. Like because those games were like, I think the Notre Dame game was 3:30, or it wasn't no, Notre Dame was it had to be prime time if I remember correctly, because all of their games are prime time, and we were ranked high, but it wasn't really that cold from what I remember. Because I even had the video, I didn't have coach didn't let me wear no sleeves. Virginia, I remember, but we were winning. So when you're winning, you're always warmer. When you're losing, you feel the cold. Like we lost to Virginia, so that was the game where Fred Rouse cussed at Bobby on TV, and then Bobby basically let him know. That's when I let him know that I'm motherfucking Bobby Bowden. The next day, it was cold. Bobby was a cold motherfucker.
No, yeah, shout out to FSU again. So I'm gonna ask this question to James, and in the chat, please let me know what y'all think as well. I'm curious, and I really do want to hear your opinions as well. So with the divisional round slate coming up this weekend, James, who do you think has the biggest home field advantage? The Chiefs, the Bills, the Lions, or the Philadelphia Eagles?
Chiefs. They're playing the Texans that play in the dome, and they're going to be playing out in the cold. And the Chiefs Stadium is really, really loud. It reminded me when we went there a couple years ago. It reminded me a lot of being at Doak. You hear the war chant. It's crowds red and yellow, so a lot close to Garden and Gold, and I mean, they're cheering, they're getting after it, man. So like, I like that advantage more than anything else. I mean, obviously coming from LA, coming cross country is a little bit it's kind of dope, but I would just say that was probably be the biggest advantage. Both Ravens and Bills both play in cold weather, so I'm trying, and then actually the people who get the biggest, like the Detroit game, I think Detroit's going to win. I mean, going to win, but like that sets up better for them. So, yeah.
Yeah, and with the Ford Field too, it's enclosed too, so that plays. I feel like that plays a big part in it with these open air stadiums. I feel like that just makes it way worse for the weather and everything, and not even mention like the fans and just the overall environment.
It'll be a more enjoyable game to watch on TV.
Yeah.
Because you'll be able to see everything. Like when those elements get like that, that's especially if it's snow. Like I've been to the vet. It's not the vet anymore. It's the Lincoln Financial. Is what Philly is?
I think so.
I just remember when it was the vet. I went to go watch Army Navy a couple years ago, and it was a snowstorm, and it's like crazy. The Army were all white. You could not see them. And it's crazy like how they have to go, and they'll like during breaks they will go shuffle the yard markers, like where the lines are. That's why you can go see it. So like they will like make sure that those lines are there every now and then. So like it's crazy. It's like not fun to play in. I mean, it might be. I wouldn't want to play in it.
I saw your good friend B-Mac. He was on TV and he was saying that he doesn't think the Bills or Ravens will score any touchdowns during that game. What do you think on that take by the one and only B-Mac?
He doesn't think who's scoring any touchdowns?
The Bills or the Ravens. None of them will get a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't think. I would bet the under, but I don't agree with that.
Somebody's got to score.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I guess he's saying it's gonna be a field goal, like 9-3 or some shit like that. I think somebody will score a touchdown. You see, running, but Josh Allen can run. Like the crazy part is we've seen this game. Like the wildest part is I think the Ravens have played in more games like this than I think when the Ravens played, I forgot. I know they've played in 2 snow games if I remember correctly. The Bills. I don't remember. I think the Bills might have, or was that last year when it was like crazy when they got hit with a blizzard and like the guys, but no, it had to be because they were out of town. When they came back, like their cars were just like they had to like damn near shovel themselves out. Like, so.
The script writers, they won't let this be a board game.
Yeah.
So per Hard Rock, I have this is just a screenshot, James, so I can't toggle it or anything like that, but I have a picture right here of the game odds for the NFL divisional round slate this weekend. Just to go over it, see what your opinion, thoughts on it, run the numbers right quick. And I took this screenshot last night, so it's pretty updated. I don't know if they changed anything about this, but we're going to run through these games right quick, see what you would take. If you have any confusion, some skepticism on which bets. But first things first, we got Houston, Kansas City, Saturday, 4:30 p.m. Spread, Kansas City favored 8.5, over under 41.5. Kansas City money line, negative 450, James. So what you taking on this one?
I want to take the spread for KC, but I don't trust it. I think they're going to win, though. I'm just going to take the money line. Here's what I may do. I wanted to take. Shit, I guess I could do that. I just don't trust KC. I trust KC to win. I don't trust KC to like. But part of me wants to just do it all underdog. Because let me see, like, so only one I don't believe is going to win is Washington. I just don't believe they're a better team than Detroit. But I can see a world where Houston wins. I can see a world where the Rams win. I can also see a world where the Ravens are the favorite for the Bills game, or are the Bills the favorite?
Ravens are the favorite.
I can honestly see the Bills winning.
I'll take the under on that 41 though.
I'm definitely taking all unders.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, if I had to choose a spread, I would definitely do the Houston plus 8.5. I do think the Chiefs will win, but not by 9 points. Probably like 3, maybe, or 7, maybe a touchdown. I don't. This game's gonna be tricky because Houston defense is crazy, and plus Kansas City had what with the bye week? They had like 3 weeks off, if I'm not mistaken, from the bye week and everything like that. So this will be a hard one to bet on. So next we got the Washington and Detroit game. Detroit is favored by 9 over under 55.5, and Detroit's money line is negative 500. So what we doing, James?
Shit, I'm taking Detroit with the over. Not the over, excuse me. I'm taking Detroit. Detroit liable, like that motherfucker right there run the score up. I like him. I'll take 9. I'll take them winning, but they can win by 13. I'd still, well, that's in the stadium, so I wouldn't mind what's the over? So if I think Washington can score 14 points, no, I'll still take the under. 55 points is a lot. That's a lot of points. All right. LA is the one that's interesting because if it is snowing, this does lead into what they do better, a better defensive team. The problem is, I think Saquon is a much better running back than but Kyron is a good running back. So he's hit numbers for me. Shit. I don't even want to lie to you about that one. You know what? I got something though. If you guys want to blame somebody for your picks or give them credit, here's a guy. Old Lucas. My guy Luke has the Chiefs to win money line. Lions. He's got all money lines. Well, excuse me, 3 money lines in a spread. Chiefs, Lions, Ravens, Rams. $500 gets you $2,500. It's a lot of bread. It's a lot of scratch. But then he did this one, Chiefs, Lions, Rams, Bills, $20 gets you $107. That's my speed. I just can't put the 500 down because if I put 500 down and I lose it, I would be livid. I could lose $10, $20. I blow that on bullshit all the time. I just don't want to blow it on like this. So
yeah, I'm thinking about making a parlay, but I don't know. Mine would probably be, I probably wouldn't do. I would know. I'd definitely try and get the field goals over for the snowy games. I'd try and do that. But
I definitely would go to field goal over.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would do money line because it's just these numbers are too like negative 500. Like that's crazy. Like you ain't making no money, bro. So but I do think they will win by more than 9 points though, for sure.
With the under and -9. So I may put up a decent amount of money, like spreading it out. Like I may do one, like 2 parlays with everything that I feel is gonna happen, but then I may do single game. Like I'll bet the under and the over in the Detroit game, and then I may go look into some other things that I think might hit. So, but yeah.
So next we got the Rams at Philly. Rams on a defensive tear during this last half of the season. So we got Philly favored at home, -6 over under 44. And this one, the money line numbers aren't too bad. Philly is favored, so they got a -275 money line compared to the Rams' +225 money line. So what are we doing here?
You said 70% chance of snow, right? Under Philly.
Spread or
money line.
I think this one will be a close game.
That's why I don't want to fuck with the spread. Oh shit! Buffalo's a pick 'em.
Yeah, this one is the more favorable odds. So even looking at these,
man, they are fucking full of shit with the over and the under, man. Come on, dog. Is it supposed to snow there too, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to snow there pretty bad.
Get the fuck out of here. Now that would be an all-time classic game if they score over 51 points. in the snow. Like that'd be a game that everybody will talk about for forever.
So we got the Baltimore is favored by 1 point. The over under 51.5 in the Baltimore money line is minus 120. So James, what are you picking right here?
I'm just going. I'm on my Issa Rae. I'm voting for. I'm rooting for everybody black. I want Lamar. I want Lamar to be in it. I want the Super Bowl to be crazy. So, yeah.
No, yeah, huge. So if you guys are betting, this was the Hard Rock betting app odds. They're the only legal sports book in Florida, so we just wanted to use those odds because that's what we use in Florida. But if you're tuning in from another state, the odds may be different for the betting app you choose. So we will keep talking about the NFL and James, we talk about The Wire. You talk about The Wire sometimes, and
True.
there was this funny clip I saw online. I wanted to share with you of Chris Broussard and Snoop actually from The Wire. And man, this was just a hilarious clip. I'ma share with you all.
She's like the one cool thing about The Wire is they pick people who are really about that, used to be in that life. One of the preacher in the first couple of seasons is Melvin Williams, one of the biggest kingpins in Baltimore history for heroin. He was on American Gangster. Wow. Crazy how Josh Newberg has reinvented himself so much. Like, go look at he looks like a former FSU. So there's a FSU beat writer who's now on 3 national person. Josh Newberg went from being on the Big 3 roll up, talking about smoking weed and hanging out and just being like, and had his hair with the nice little low boy, like trying to fit in, to going all the way white and looking like Nick. Like got his hair long, slick back. He's wearing a suit now. Like I was like, oh boy, he's so reinvented. There's no other way to say it. Like some white people just reinvent themselves. Like to get in the culture, get popular, they do one thing, and then once they like get to this one, like they change it. It's not even like some halfway change. Like you'll see me in the suit for First Coast News, but then you'll see me like this. I'm gonna be me. Like it's basically imagine me cutting my dreads to become corporate. It's like, it's clear. You be like, yo, he's clearly changed. Like Josh enunciates his words now. Like he is just like, he grew his hair out. And I'm just like, yo, that is not the Josh Newberg that got popular with FSU. But that basically is code switching. And I have no problem with it. It's just funny though, like to me, because like he could have been who he was. There wasn't a problem with who he was. Just like Cornrow Mike. Well, no problem with Cornrow Mike, but I get it. Now he white. Like he was white Mike when he was Cornrow Mike, and now he a different Mike. But I wish they would have done something a little bit more. That didn't seem natural for Snoop. Like that just seemed like, but that didn't seem like that wasn't Snoop from The Wire. That was whatever Snoop's real name is. Like just playing. You know what, that's the gay man playing the straight dude. That's the Coleman. Damn, I forgot his last name. Domingo. Yeah, Coleman Domingo. Like he's not playing a natural role for himself. Like Snoop didn't look natural in that. Snoop was terrifying in The Wire. Like I thought they were gonna put Nick in the vacant. Like when you were saying it, like you don't like my quarterback, all right, and they just put him in a room and she just. That would have been like more relative, or like, yeah, I guess you can't really imply.
We'll stay in the NFL with this crazy video. We mentioned this before. Cam Newton going off on Jason Whitlock and a guest he had on the show. Huge shout out to Sheena for posting this video. Friend of the show, Sheena Quick. Panthers beat writer, but we're going to see what Cam Newton had to say in response to Jason Whitlock hating.
Come on, Mike.
thinks female broadcasters are the greatest thing since sliced bread, or is he just doing whatever is possible to survive and remain relevant now that he's never going to play football again?
Here's my message to Cam. My guy. No. You're not my guy. Come on. The thing that is interesting about what he said about you, Cam really showed what a simpleton he is, Jason. You never really...
Pause right there. I'm going to tell you like this. Since y'all mentioned motherfuckers like Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement and Cam, Captain Save-A-Hole, I'm going to put both of y'all motherfuckers, Jason Whitlock and Steve Kim, in the U2 movement. I don't do none of these name calling and all that shit. I'll put it like this, bro. If I see you, all I ask is keep that same energy. Mr. Kim, simp, cool. Keep that same energy when I see you. I think we have to normalize this in sports. Now the rabbit got the gun. Now the athletes got the opportunity to speak up for themselves. Now we really can go toe for toe if that's what y'all really want to do. So it was a lot of things that was spewed. And even then, like when you look at this, Peggy, it's like these motherfuckers are haters, bro. Like real shit. Like this motherfucker gives a backhand compliment to the whole Fox post-game show. Cool, bro. I think this is the first time in my life being a content creator, a YouTuber, former athlete, yes, bro, that I can really speak on shit like most athletes want to speak on shit, especially talking to y'all lame ass motherfuckers, bro. And I'm not the dude that's going to send subliminal threats. I'm not going to, you're not that guy. You're just not. You never have. So don't get sensitive. And what I did say about Joy, I stand on that. What I did say about Molly, I stand on that. They're not in your league, bro. That's what I mean by you're not that guy. You're not in your league, bro. You talking about that big rat? Bitch, you got a big rat. Come on, like, so to keep it kosher, to keep it content, I will advise Jason Whitlock and Steve Kim to keep that same energy when I see you. I think it's going to be Super Bowl.
And James, I'll play the video you texted me of what Cam's capabilities are still at his retired age in life. And yeah, this is just no words for this. I'm gonna share it with you all.
My point in that is Cam Newton is a large mammal. Like we saw what Cam Newton did a year ago.
Yeah. When
he took another large man, and technically what he did was kidnapping. Because if you take somebody against their will and move them, I think it's like over 10 feet. That's kidnapping. He kidnapped a person
he drugged
in
them
broad
out
daylight.
of frame.
And while they were fighting for their lives. So that's one thing. And Jason Whitlock, I was trying to figure out if Kim is who I went to dinner with B-Mac at last year's Super Bowl. But like, because it was an Asian dude, but I don't think it was him. Because the guy works for CBS Sports. I don't think that guy works for CBS Sports. The Asian guy who I was with. But what's crazy is like he said he will never be relevant because he won't play football again. But Cam Newton's probably never been more like in the spotlight than he is now. He's more relevant, but the crazy part is he's more relevant than you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like me telling somebody you are a loser because you don't make as much money as you used to make, but they still make more money than you. Like Cam is like really good at what he does too. So like Cam did some interviews and like gets really, I like people who do a good interview. But like I will be on Radio Row, which is not really a row, it's like more radio room. And it would be so exciting. But Jason Whitlock, I haven't seen Jason Whitlock like in that area. But in the mill, we're definitely like, but they don't feed us like they used to. But he got his own snacks, definitely. Oh no, that's a lie. I forgot they did have Wingstop last year, where you could just keep getting unlimited 6-piece wings. Yeah, and then but they don't toss it for you. They give you the sauce. You got to like dip it in there, and that's not a real wing. It was good because I was hungry and they fried them crispy. But like, so I know, but Jason Whitlock gonna eat. Jason Whitlock eats bones. Like he just bites it. He eats it like a crunch bar. Yeah, bones and all. But like this is
the only issue I had with that, he never mentioned the thing that athletes want to tell them. He just kind of threatened but not threatened. But I wanted to actually hear what athletes want to say to people like that. I wanted him to vocalize that.
right.
I don't think they want to say anything. They want to run. Yeah, they just want to run ones because you talking trash about me.
Yeah. So what Cam is saying is like legit, right? Like a lot of time, like okay, this is a safe space. Safe space here. It's what I deal with. What Cam did is what I do to FSU media. They get a little too reckless on the social media stuff, and I'll be like I said, you want to run a fair one. And the problem is that in this age of trolling, people don't realize that you can be held accountable for your words. Like in our world, like if Cam says something, perfect example, you can go look up Cam with Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah. Kelvin Benjamin said something about Cam when he left. And Cam ran up, made sure when they played the Bills, and Cam made sure they got clarity on that. Right. You say some things, and you're going to see another guy in a gladiator sport in that arena. Right. Now, there's the traditional talking trash, like that's cool, but like when it gets personal, oh, I'm going to see you, and when I see you, I'm going to talk to you, and you have to be cognizant of where, not necessarily Cam, but Cam's a preacher's kid, and all preacher kids are bad. So, but most people like come up tough. So our mindset is what made us successful at this sport. Cam is really rich. It's the same thing with Crow. Crow is like got bread. So like Crow can slap the fuck out of you and not care if he gets fired from his job. And the way civil suits work, guys, you just have to hope the person pays you for the reality. Some pay you, most don't. And you have to get it when they maybe sell their property when they die, when they sell something. That's when you'll get your money back. And then you have to file, like if they don't pay you, you have to file you have to pay for an attorney to be able to take it to court and put a lien on their properties. So like Cam can beat the fuck out of you. And there's a whole reason why he beat the fuck out of you.
But he did say as a YouTuber, as a content creator. So I guess maybe he's just on this platform. I can tell you that now.
Well, because if he was at Fox, you can't say that. Right. Hell, yes, you could. Shannon Sharp said that shit the other day. He's like, y'all were talking about my show. Don't let the fact that we're colleagues get you confused. Even though one of my old heads that knows Shannon when he was at Savannah State, they say Shannon wasn't really. Shannon's a lover. He's not a fighter, which is nothing wrong with that. I just think that sometimes people got to be a little bit more respectful with how they talk.
Yeah, it's just engagement farming, all that stuff. They're just trying to get clicks.
He's getting the clicks. He's getting excitement. But but the thing is with all of this stuff, even in our comments with our show, I think about Jason Whitlock. Jason was telling the truth. What part was he telling the truth about? Okay, maybe Joy was selling her sexuality. Okay, I think she did. Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm not saying that was the lie. I'm saying the lie was Joy Taylor will never come and lick her lips and say, give me some Jason Whitlock. You don't have you're suggesting something that you like, and that's what Cam said. I'm not like the dude. Kim is trying to make it something that he didn't say. He never said that she was the best commentator. He didn't go out there and say all female commentators are the greatest thing since sliced bread. He said you're not that guy. And that's, I think, collectively, so we can all have clarity. We're all collectively saying, and again, maybe Auntie Londa, maybe Adrian, maybe some of the ladies who watch our show consistently, maybe they have. And I've never heard a woman say, damn, Jason Whitlock looked good on that show today. Or damn, I just love watching Jason Whitlock because I don't even think gay men like Jason Whitlock like that. Like I don't even think a heterosexual male that just said, "Man, Jay look fly." Like again, Miles can attest to it. One of the first things I said, I had to question myself. I hope that doesn't make me. I don't think I'm gay, but the motherfucker Coleman Domingo look good in the motherfucker in them suits. I don't think Jason has even gotten that. And I don't even know how old Jason Whitlock really is.
Allegedly, he's 57.
So he's really not even that old to look as old as what he really looks like. And he got the bags under his eyes and just a lot of this. He just.
I go to the gym,
What's wild? Damn. That's wild, Miles. I don't even know how to use that again, but that's a wild statement. Miles just said this man looked like he didn't have a clean birth. That's wild. But anyways, the fact that he played football baffles me. I don't know. It was Kent State, but still, like, just, yeah, man, that's. Can't wait for it though. I am so like, man, listen, dude, nothing would bring me more joy. You know what? You might see this might be my last Super Bowl if that happens. Cause you know what I'm gonna do? Definitely get my camera ready. I don't like Jason Whitlock. I always said, I've been saying this before recently. I've said this for almost a decade. If I see Jason Whitlock, it's on site. So if I see Cam over there, you might see me jump on the tech. I'm gonna make it worth it because I'm gonna lose all my credentials. Well, we know Omar, brother. We know Omar don't like him. I am literally going to drop kick that motherfucker. Like I would run on the table and just go 2 feet first. And pray I don't miss because it would look really funny either way. But like, I don't fuck with him.
Speaking of 2 feet first, this is our Big Games BS segment transition. We are going to start this subtopic. It's going to be called the Protect Your Neck segment. So, did you hear about Method Man, James? Mm-hmm. So, if you guys did not know, Wu-Tang Clan rapper Method Man allegedly involved in assault. And I read that it was his daughter's ex-boyfriend at a Staten Island in Crunch Fitness. So he was allegedly involved in an assault at a Crunch Fitness gym on Staten Island on Thursday. Method Man, 53, whose real name is Clifford Smith, allegedly punched a man in the face 7 times with a closed fist, the sources say. The alleged assault was the result of a relationship the alleged 28-year-old victim had with Method Man's daughter more than a decade ago.
You know, I can see that. There's an individual, and it's crazy because it's been a while. Damn, it's probably like it was before COVID, so it's crazy how fast times fly. But like, or maybe it was during, because I had the gym when it happened. It's two of my sister's exes. If I see him, I'm probably gonna slap the shit out of him. That never been well done for quite some time. It's just one of them. I'll never forget. I actually used to talk about it like Gabi. I said people used to get mad. Why do I root against Gabi High School? He was the head coach of Gabi High School, and I said I don't want Gabi High School to be successful at anything as long as he's the head coach. It wasn't so much that he broke up with her. I don't give a fuck about that. He broke up with her like her birthday, dog.
Damn.
That was fucked up, dog. After he called me crying and shit to try to get back with her and all these other different things. He broke up with her on her birthday. My sister was trying to get me to get him tickets. This is how long ago it was. FSU played Ole Miss in Orlando that year. She was like, can you get him tickets? And I was like, I can pull some strings. And she's like, he ain't answering. I'm like, bet. I ain't got to pull no strings, get no tickets. But then it dawned on me, like, what the fuck was going on around that time? And then she found out he just Facebook blocked her. And I said, I'll tell you what, if I ever get an opportunity to just get around that simple motherfucker, because that was fucked up.
Who is this guy?
I ain't even gonna say it's. I ain't even gonna say his name. He's Tamarick Vanover's little brother, and you know he's now coaching at Lincoln, but he's an assistant coach, so I can't. Like, he's not over the Lincoln program, but I didn't run into him. I saw him from it. Yes, it's Brandon. It just, I just don't fuck with him, dog. Like, it's just like I saw him at a practice from FSU, but it was from a distance. Man, brother, Miles, she do, dog. She do, bro. I'm not gonna even say nothing about it, bro. That ain't got shit to do with me, but I don't fuck with that dude. I can tell you that much, dog. Hold on. Hello? But then the other one, it looked like he done changed his life and gave it over to Christ or some shit like that. I don't mean to forget. I don't believe in that shit anyway. There was 15 other major religions before Christianity, and they all follow the same principles. So why should I believe the 16th one is just that good? But it has nothing to do with anything. Kudos to him. Forgiveness is between him and the Lord. It ain't got shit to do with me. I just, again, it has nothing to do with, if my sister is healed from it or not or whatever. I just never got an opportunity. I never got an opportunity to get healed. I didn't ask these motherfuckers to come into my life. They came into my life and they fucked up. I always tell people, cheating doesn't bother me. It happens. I don't know what the fuck happened. But some of the other shit is principle. So so I understand what method. So this wasn't like he hurt, like, he had to have done something that he remembered that hurt his daughter for him to act in the manner in which he acted. And to get slapped, that guy probably felt he deserved to get slapped.
No, he got punched.
Okay, my bad.
Punch with a closed fist. You can't punch with an open fist.
Yeah, that would be a slap with an open face, so a punch. So he got dropped. He got hit. He got chin checked. 7 times. Ooh. So meth hand's still fast.
So we're going to talk about my personal opinion why LeBron James has been going viral in the media. We got 2 things to touch on with that. First, his runs when he was a sophomore in high school, and it just shows how dominant he was even back then and how he had some players in the league, some notable players in the league, scared for their lives. So I'm going to share this with you all. LeBron was on the New Heights podcast. If you do not know what that is the Travis and Jason Kelsey podcast. And they're all Ohio natives, so they want to get him on the show. And this is one of the things they asked LeBron about.
Playing in an infamous pickup game with Michael Jordan when you were 16 years old. What was it like? Is that true? Like, can you tell us how you played?
First of all, MJ, Antoine Walker, and the rest of those guys did not let young guys get on the court at all. And I was 16 years old. I was sophomore in high school. And it takes a while to get on the court. But I did. I was on the court with Michael Jordan, Antoine Walker, Penny Hardaway.
Legend.
Ron Artest, Michael Finley, all these guys.
Who guarded you?
Nobody. I was unguardable. When I finally got out there, I was like, I'm busted, man. I was nervous. I was nervous as hell, being out there with MJ and the rest of those guys. But
Are you kidding me?
I was like, I'm about to go crazy, and I did. I did, man. I did.
Man, I wish I was in that gym that day. That's crazy stuff, man.
Don't listen to people who say that LeBron couldn't do that. Like, LeBron has been LeBron for a while. Like, you can like MJ. Stop fucking hating on LeBron.
So like you were saying, James, Meta World Peace, who he was also at the camp, he vouched for LeBron and said he was right and that everyone who was there was terrified that this 16-year-old was killing at the camp.
They didn't pass him the ball at first.
Yeah, because he's a youngin.
It wasn't Meta. I forgot who the guy was that said like they wouldn't pass him the ball, and then somebody stopped it and said, give him the ball. And they passed it to him, and then he said that motherfucker came up, he did a reverse slam. And then they said he got the ball the rest of the game. He's like, we were passing the ball. He was unstoppable. Like, LeBron's biggest problem is that he didn't have a Hall of Fame GM like Jordan did, and a Hall of Fame coach like Jordan and Kobe did.
Yeah.
Spoelstra will be, but Spoelstra had a Hall of Fame GM behind him for the 1 year, and who's a Hall of Fame coach. Who's also a Hall of Fame player, if I remember correctly. Like you know, but like if he would have had that, that's what it said. Yeah. So if LeBron had, again, like Jordan, but I understand why he went back. He never went to college, so Miami was his opportunity to leave home and grow up. Like Jordan had the opportunity to do that. Kobe, again, had the best coach, probably the best coach to ever coach in the NBA. He did it in 2 places. Like MJ without Phil was nothing. MJ without Chicago without nothing. MJ without Scottie was nothing. But like it's just you had like again, but LeBron in of himself, just like MJ in of himself, was always dominant. He's never not been dominant. In fact, just like MJ,
LeBron been way more dominant than MJ
because he's played longer. I mean, I'm
from a younger age.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Like, actually, you're right. Because even in North Carolina, the championship, he wasn't the guy. He made a good 3. He was going to be the guy, but my man went to the guy. There was the guy ended up getting drafted in the first round to the Detroit Pistons, and then won championships with the Pistons. LeBron, just like MJ too. MJ was bad for the league because he played so long, they did not have a replacement to make the face of the NBA. Nobody stuck. LeBron done played so long that we didn't have the next LeBron come and go numerous times. Like none of these guys some of these guys are good, but I don't know if they'll ever be like this guy. So anyway, like we can say all we want to say about Kobe, but Jordan didn't retire, and then Kobe automatically became the face of the NBA. Like literally, LeBron was the face of the NBA while while Kobe was playing. And I saw a number. Do you know LeBron only lost to Kobe 3 times head to head? It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I remember watching The Last Dance, and I obviously did not grow up during the Jordan era, but watching that, I was convinced Jordan was the GOAT. Watching that, and I was like, man, like before that, I grew up a LeBron fan, so I was like, it's LeBron's the GOAT. Then I watched Last Dance, and I was like, nah, Jordan had it. But going back now, I'm really like, LeBron really is the GOAT. Just thinking about it, just like you can talk about the finals losses and everything like that, but even what he did early on in his career with Cleveland, Jordan was not successful early on in his career, but LeBron carried that trash team.
I joke when we were doing 10, when I was on 10-10, we talked about it. I said LeBron took the cast from Taken. Like just a bunch of like foreign guys to the NBA finals, man. Like that's it just was no real like Americans on there, like on that team. He was like LeBron went to the YMCA and said, I'm gonna take 9 guys and show how good I am, and we're gonna go to the finals. Again, Jordan, when's the last time the NBA expanded?
Memphis?
So it would have been the Vancouver and Toronto. Memphis Grizzlies are the Vancouver Grizzlies.
But is that technically an expansion if the team moved?
No, what I'm saying is that was the last time we had it. Yes, it was the Toronto Raptors. So 96.
Okay, yeah.
So, but let's just go to not taking anything away from, again, winning championships is hard. Phil Jackson comes and they're doing their things. The bad boys are dominating everybody. Did anybody know what happened in 89 to the NBA? 89-90. Then expansion team comes, the Miami Heat, and another team. So you know what happens when teams expand? They get to pick whatever players that they want to. So if you forget The Last Dance, if you watch the Bad Boys Pistons teams, they plucked some of the best players from the Pistons and kind of diluted that pool a little bit, which is fine. the team that they couldn't get around had two of their key players two players taken away, and they won 3 in a row. It was cool. It happens. Nothing wrong. The pool got diluted, and then they won. Then MJ left, played his baseball stuff, whatever. And then what happens when they make their next run? The Vancouver Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors, the NBA expands. What happens after the NBA expands again? They go on a three-peat again. All I'm saying is the NBA hasn't expanded again, and there ain't been no more winning like that. LeBron, if LeBron would have had an opportunity for some expansion, and they picked some of the top players from some of the other teams that they were going against, and everybody talks about how he made a mega team in Miami, right? Who was the first big three? Celtics. That being said, there is no NBA championship team except for KG.
I would say, bro, I think the Bulls had a big three.
No, but I'm saying that big three was actually made through the draft in a couple trades. Well, actually, they didn't even get the trade. That was through free agency when Rodman came up there. But like Scottie and Jordan were picks through their stuff. We can talk about like the only problem we have with LeBron is the fact that he showed how powerful he was by dominating ESPN at his prime and making them speak on his movement for an entire fucking week. And it's the first time we've ever seen a player with truly that much power. And for whatever reason, nobody likes when a rabbit has the gun. And instead of us saying that's what we want to see with our players, we over there taking the side of the owners and like, nah, they should. Like I have a friend, Dibby, that literally argues it should. I said, so a guy should not have control over his career. He should just sit and stay put because that's what somebody, and wait for somebody else to do their job. Again, and people forget, you know what MJ wanted to do before they made that run, the first run? He was trying to threaten to leave, but they got a coach fired, and he brought in Phil Jackson. Player power. People leverage their power all the time, and they made the right moves, and he benefited from it. So, like, shit. Again, it's not a knock on MJ. It just is what it is. But shit, we got how much? What else we got?
Yeah, we got we can finish this off right here. And this is a great segue to show how LeBron is, bigger than basketball, bigger than rap. So a group of investors, let me share this with you all. So a group of investors being advised by Maverick Carter, LeBron's right-hand man, is seeking to raise a $5 billion from private capital sources to form an international basketball league to rival the NBA. So I know people said LeBron wanted to own his own team, but it's looking like he gonna have a league of his own. So, man, that is crazy. I saw a post,
LeBron, but I still to this day don't like Maverick Carter. Like I don't think I can get to Jason Whitlock. I can't get to Maverick. Like I might get shot if I try to go. I had my chance and I didn't take it. But if he'd have got closer and asked me stupid ass questions again, I'd have fucked his ass up. We're gonna ask me, did you just take a picture of LeBron? Bitch, I am 5 feet from LeBron. You goddamn right I took a picture. I almost hit him with a few good men. You goddamn right. It's courtside, dog. Like, fuck would ask me that. Like, why aren't you taking it? I said, dude, I should have asked if he could take the picture for me.
But huge shout out to Maverick and Braun for doing this. I think this is, people are always complaining about the European or even Canadian players coming and obviously even being better than the top guys in the league today, having more skills, having more fundamental skills, I should say, and the international parity. So I think it's a great opportunity to have this potential rival. I think it'd be good for both sides, both Maverick and LeBron's company, and for the NBA too, just to see who the cream will rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good move. But and that $5 billion is crazy. But LeBron definitely gonna get that from the private capital and the private equity side of things. But yeah, that will finish our show today, James. So if you don't have anything else to say, that's pretty much it. Leave it off with this money moves segment right here.
Good stuff, man. I love to see again. All jokes aside, I like to see people flourishing and growing and stuff. I hope nothing but success for LeBron. I am glad that I can witness this. And I'm glad MJ walked so LeBron can run. And I hope for the next person, LeBron ran so they can fly. So I love it. Just free game. One of the things I want everybody to realize and recognize this weekend, don't call the old head up. Don't just say he's old. Just what you need to do is ask how they live to be this old. Because it's tough to be. We did a lot of dumb and stupid shit. So on that note, man, I really appreciate everybody for chopping it up with me. Please make sure you check the socials. Go like the stuff. I'll be down in Miami. Wish us good luck. We play South Florida Express at 3:30 on Saturday. So at 4 p.m., I'm going to be either talking a lot of shit or I'm going to be having some humble pie. And I'll just be making excuses. But hopefully, again, this will be my first big tournament experience. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of stuff for Team Domo coming out this weekend. You guys have a great weekend. See you guys on Monday.
Thank you.